they took it as we lost. Like somebody from the neighborhood is successful and legit, and we got to shut this shit down. He's just giving a bad example. For us, it felt like it's a cat and mouse game. The agenda was whatever they're doing over there, crush it and stop it. Not is it legal or is it not. It was just, even if it's legit, stop it.
And so as their business became more and more legitimate, they eventually had this flagship store on the corner where Nipsey and Sam grew up. But despite that, the police presence actually went up.
Yeah, so Sam told me one story about how there were actually off-duty officers who had come from out of state who were stopping at the store because they're just fans of Nipsey, and they were actually stopped and questioned by LAPD for, according to Sam, basically no reason, right? And these off-duty officers were obviously very surprised by that.
What's good, y'all? It's Jay Coffee Talk. Tapping back in with another one, and you guys hear that clip there. The Guardian, doing their journalistic due diligence and tapping in with Blacc Sam, the brother of the late, great Nipsey Hussle. Obviously, I don't have to elaborate any further on that, as everyone knows who Nipsey Hussle is. The man was larger than life, with a larger than life movement that he was really trying to push heavy, and quite frankly, putting it simply, change the world for the better. As you tap into what he had going on in his career from the early stages, just getting on, hustling to get in the game, and what he was doing entrepreneurial wise on the block, to hit everything trending upwards, and Nip really getting his music out there and becoming very popular and collaborating with a lot of artists. And as far as on the entrepreneurial side of things, on the street, as I said, he was selling clothing and different things like that. That trended upwards as well, to Nip getting the Marathon clothing store. Now, what's wild there, as y'all heard that clip, what is being unveiled here, being uncovered, is that Blacc Sam is indicating that he's learned that the LAPD had a secret operation set up, or secret program, however you want to refer to it, to pretty much bring down the Marathon clothing. You heard what he said there. It wasn't to, try to infiltrate things and find out what was going on, if things were legal or illegal or anything like that. They were just saying, yo, shut it down. Let's get this whole situation that they got going on up out of there. And I gotta say, man, as I'm digging into all this and taking in all this information, there's a lot of funny stuff going on that just kind of doesn't add up. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to be conspiratorial. I've never have when I've reported on the passing of Nipsey Hussle with any of my blogs. You feel me? I don't try to just jump out the window and make up wild conspiracies and stuff like that. It can be in poor taste at times, to the memory of fallen individuals, and when it comes to Nip, with all that being said, when it comes to everything that I'm taking in here, it just seems like something just doesn't really add up. For real, man. Jump in the comments and let me know what y'all think. As we know, Nipsey's alleged killer is still going through the court process, which is just seeming to drag on forever. Y'all can let me know what you guys think about that in the comments. And we know, everyone is, tried to figure out what exactly happened that day. Will we ever really know? Will the truth be unveiled through the court process? I don't know. Maybe not. I'm leaning to probably not, because like I said, something just feels real funny, especially when you look at this information here, like I said, that Blacc Sam is pushing out to the people via the Guardian podcast here, with this secret program aimed at taking down Nipsey Hussle's movement and the Marathon. It's just kind of wild, man. As there was a lot of reports after Nip was killed that he was set to meet with the LAPD to try to talk about gun violence and gang violence in LA or in that area, and that Nip was trying to do a lot of other major things that the average individual who pushed into the business world through the streets didn't do. You know what I mean? Like educating individuals, in his neighborhood about how to, get into business, fix your credit, obtain loans and things like that, be tech savvy and things of that nature. I've seen stuff about Nip trying to buy real estate and build affordable housing and stuff like that. Just trying to really help teach people how to elevate their life to the next level, fix their life for the better. You feel me? As when it comes to this grind of life, there's a lot of things that, a lot of the average individuals out there just don't learn how to do, as far as credit, loans, taxes, just all kinds of stuff like that. That like it doesn't matter how hard you grind, if someone doesn't put you up on game, you're not going to advance. You feel me? And it seems like he was trying to share that game with people. But getting back to what we're talking about here, is some very bizarre information. One thing off the rip that really blew my mind was that cops, that were from out of state, not from Cali, who were fans of Nipsey Hussle and his movement, came to the Marathon store to try to, came there to take it all in, the experience, shop there, get some clothing. They were flocking with Nipsey's music, and LAPD pressed up on other cops, off-duty cops from out of state. That's kind of wild, right? Like when you have police complaining of being harassed by police. Like, think about that, y'all. And there's reports in here of, the Marathon store being tried to have been evicted up out of that plaza or strip mall until they just bought the whole jump off. And, they talk about how when they were on the corner, selling goods and stuff like that, like I said, clothing, different things like that, they were harassed by the police, arrested, money and stuff like that confiscated from them, their profits and all that. Like that, the police were like, yo, we're gonna fuck with you and not leave you alone. If you want to be businessmen, start paying taxes, get a business. And then that's exactly what they did, and they still faced harassment. So we got that side of things, that it just seems like it was, being said there that this program was more or less set to just tear down the movement. And, it was viewed as a failure because someone from that neighborhood had success, just kind of on some hater-ish at the end of the day. Like, yo, I don't want to see you win. We've looked at that side of things, but peep this. This is what's really sounding kind of wild to me, guys. Like, pay attention, y'all, and make sure to comment. Once again, any new viewers over here, make sure to subscribe and hit that notification bell. That's what it's all about, hearing what the people got to say on this platform. J Coffee Talk, daily content, music, sports, news, current events, life, and much more. But peep it. Reportedly, I guess this was the 77th division of the LAPD that was really, fixated on continually investigating Nipsey Hussle, the Marathon store, the movement, the whole situation like that. But peep this, they said that they were using artificial intelligence predictive policing technology. Now, get in the comments, guys, and let me know what exactly that means to you, because this is what sounds crazy to me, man. Like, it almost sounds like something out of the Minority Report movie. Y'all, you guys remember that from some time back? A futuristic look at the police where in the future people would be arrested before they even committed crimes. Like, that almost sounds like what's going on here, that like algorithms and other AI was used to focus on this area, and that they deemed it a dangerous area. But from my understanding, not a lot of major crimes really happened over there until Nipsey Hussle's death. Now, like I said, that's just from my understanding. I may be wrong, but what in the fuck is that all about? This predictive policing technology. This is just crazy to me. I'm hearing more and more about this, that how more or less when you tap into social media, or even this platform right here and now, YouTube, that based on what content has been put out there, what content you viewed in the past, what you've searched, all that kind of compiles together, and the algorithm spits something out to you and says, yo, we think you'll like to watch this. that there's algorithms out there doing this for people, that more or less, if this AI technology says, yo, go fuck with these people, this is who that they're gonna go investigate and harass or whatever. I don't know. It's just kind of wild to me, this whole AI thing. And I'm hearing more and more social media is used in this all, you know what I mean? So why was Nipsey Hussle's movement so important that they had to get the AI robots on the case, you know what I mean? And when it comes to these secret behind the scenes programs, you know, that the public often does not get a look into what it really is. I mean, a kind of a different conversation, but with Edward Snowden, that was NSA technology, but you see what he leaked out, more or less an algorithm that was monitoring everyone in the world, invading everyone's privacy and stuff like that. You got to wonder if that similar technology, I mean, probably not on the same scale, will kind of trickle down to the lower, you know, everyday police, law enforcement authorities and stuff like that. Like, I don't know, it just seems to me a way that they can kind of deem anyone or anything like, hey, an issue that you know, to harass or whatever, you know what I mean? Like, hey, the AI robots told us to investigate you, so that's just what we're doing, you know what I'm saying, when it comes to legalities and due process and warrants and stuff like that. So I don't know, after taking all this in, this just sounds kind of wild to me, you know, just the fact of these like futuristic Minority Report type, once again, predictive policing technologies. Predicting, like, ain't that crazy? I don't even know exactly what all this means, but I guess that's the way law enforcement in the world is going, you know what I'm saying, where algorithms and robots are going to tell everyone everything. Not that this was something we didn't already know, but when you just kind of hear it being implemented and something going on, it's just kind of wild to sit back and take in, you feel me? Like, we're really living in the Matrix, man. Be careful, you know what I'm saying? We've already heard reports of AI robots killing scientists and ish like that a few years ago. Who knows? Was that true? I don't know. But back to what we're talking about here with Nipsey Hussle. R.I.P. to Nipsey Hussle. Blacc Sam, his brother, you know, in the Marathon clothing store. What are your thoughts about this, guys, about this whole secret program? And after taking that all in, and once again, y'all go check out this podcast in full and dig into all the information on your own. I'm just kind of thinking out loud here, you know, based on all that info, though. And then, you know, the death of Nipsey Hussle and the criminal case for his alleged killer still carrying on. What do you make of all this? Does things just not add up to you? Does it seem like something is just funny style, something ain't right with how strong, you know, with what happened and the uncertainty of exactly what happened, and a lot of just funny style stuff, just, you know, funny style info floating around about all this. And you know, after a few years have now passed where we are today, what does all this say to you, man? Was Nip's movement and what he was doing revolutionary, legendary, as we know, Whack 100, you know, like, yo, he ain't a legend. I don't know, was Nip just doing too much where it scared the powers that be, or what? I want to know what y'all think about it all in the comments below. Once again, thanks for watching. That'll conclude this video. It's J Coffee Talk. I'm up out of here. I'll catch you guys in the next one. And I'm gone. Once again, ain't that wild? The police harassed the police about them supporting Nip. That's crazy, y'all. Have a great day. Peace.